معرفة.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this section, we will talk about USA and UK markets with regards to capital markets. The reason for referring these two jurisdictions is that because these are having quite well developed capital markets and they are among the largest and the most sophisticated globally. So today the global debt reached around almost $97 trillion as of 2023. And out of this $97 trillion, just US government has raised $33 trillion. So you can understand that the bulk of the global debt has been raised by just one country, which is the United States. So this shows that capital markets and the structures there are a bit more matured, and also the legal structure. And with regards to the UK share of the global debt, they are around 3.6. Not a huge, but still, why my emphasis is on the UK is for two reasons. One is today, if not all, bulk of the sukuk use English law as the governing law to structure a sukuk. Bulk of the sukuks are listed in London exchanges. Bulk of the sukuks use institutions which are based out of UK to facilitate in terms of distributing the sukuk. So it becomes very important to understand a little bit about the legal framework of these two jurisdictions, right? And at the same time, US, as I was mentioning, the US bond market is one of the oldest and the largest, regulated by the Security Exchange Commission, which is SEC, and overseen by FINRA. Now let us briefly understand the types of bonds which are issued in US and UK. The bonds are classified based on their issuers, right? The US bond market has four main types. So the first is the government bonds, which are called as treasuries, right? So these are called as treasury bills, which are issued by the US Treasury Department, right? Then the second kind of issuances is called as government sponsored enterprise, GSE bonds, issued by the federal agencies. These are the second main type of bonds which are issued. The third are the municipal bonds issued by the local or state governments, because there are different state entities within USA, and the bonds which are issued by them are called as municipal bonds. The fourth, which is another important category, which are the corporate bonds, are issued by businesses, and these are again subject to strict regulation. Now let us look at how is the market in UK. In contrast, in UK primarily there are two bond categories. Number one, which we call as the government bonds, gilts, issued by the UK government, and these are considered one of the safest kind of investment, right, at a global level. The second is the corporate bonds issued by non-government entities and carrying various risk. Now under corporate bonds also come the issuances by the FIs in those jurisdictions. So these are different kinds of bonds which are issued in US and UK. US market offers more bond options benefiting both issuers and investors. UK bonds market remain more well structured and secure.
معرفة.